Hi, so I just wanted to do a 4-week follow-up video from my heart attack and my heart bypass surgery, triple heart bypass surgery, or sometimes known as CABG. CABG is funny acronym. Um, I thought it was a kind of a slang word that people used on the internet until all the doctors and consultants started talking about cabbages. So today I'm just going to go through, it's a short video, so I'm going to go through a few things, some concerns I had, some updates on SCAR, the cardio that I'm going through. I've just gone to my first cardio rehab appointment, so I'll just touch on what happened there and let you know what's happening in the next couple of weeks. So some of the concerns and worries that I still have, you're just so aware and so conscious of everything that goes on. The slightest niggle, you wonder whether that's okay or whether that's an issue, and you just don't know, and there's nobody to ask. So that's always worrying, unless you book, like a weekly appointment at the doctor's just to run through all the things that you've noticed over the last week. You're kind of on your own, which is such a shame. And I'm finding that probably the biggest thing since leaving hospital. You're pretty much on your own. There isn't anyone to really just talk to. You can't just pick up the phone to the doctors or the hospital. They're all busy people, and it just doesn't work too well. So that's probably my biggest concern. There's nobody there. It feels like there's nobody there to talk to about it. Still get some down days. I had a down day a couple of days ago, where I just keep thinking about why it's happened to me. Because if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that it just came out of the blue completely. I was a seemingly absolutely fit person who was on no medication. What I didn't realize was it was all brewing under the surface, and I had no reason to believe that that was happening. So, such a shock. So I still get those down days, still wonder why it's happened to me. And maybe I will always feel like that. Maybe those days will just get less and less. I did at one point start thinking about whether I need to start taking anxiety medication. I don't know whether that will help. Maybe it will. I'll still get anxious about everything. Being kind of more in tune with what's going on just makes your anxiety heightened. So maybe that's a thing to look out for me in the future, whether I need anxiety medication or whether I start feeling better and it's not so bad. So in terms of updates, fitness wise, there's still a couple of things I can't do. From the CT scan injection, I still got weakness in my hand, so I can't put my socks on. Yeah, so my wife is doing that. There are many other things that I cannot do. I think I've pretty much gone back to doing most things. Apart from the normal lifting and carrying and stuff, and so I'm still very delicate about what I choose to do. So I'm only on week 4, and the recommendations are week 6 not to live outside of your. In the UK, we call it a tube. So basically, I pretty much stay within my body limits, not reaching outside, that kind of thing. I did every day we go out for a walk. Sometimes it's kind of a local walk with the dog. Dog's 13 now, so she kind of plods along, stops, carries on. So those are gentle walks most days, but maybe half an hour to an hour, about a mile maybe. Last week I did 3 miles on the treadmill, and then I did 5 miles on the treadmill. So I thought that was pretty good going. I still have some concerns about my scar. It just doesn't, because it feels like a Frankenstein scar. It's still a bit red. There's still some scabbing on there. To me, it's just upsetting still. There's a brilliant Facebook group out there that I'm part of. Most people seem to be quite proud of their scar, but they look at it and they feel that they're living because of it. But of course, because it came out of the blue, I'm still not connecting my triple bypass surgery with continuing living and maybe dying if I hadn't have had it. And maybe one day when I accept that is probably the case, then maybe I'll feel differently about my scar. I do have several t-shirts actually. I had these before the heart issue, which is interesting, but it was quite funny to wear that whilst I was in hospital. So I've got a couple of those, and there's quite a few of these types of t-shirts out there, and I just keep buying more and more. So as some of you may know, I'm an Elvis entertainer, so there is one like this, but it's got a little Elvis symbol on it as well, so I got a few of those. It's quite funny, a bit tongue-in-cheek, I suppose. In terms of the cardio rehab appointment that I went on, they just went through asking me if I've got any concerns, that type of thing. So I ran through all my concerns that I had. We went through other stuff. We looked at diet. One thing they asked me to do was a step test. Basically, you're stepping up and down on a step, listening to a tape that's got a beat to it, and then the beat gradually gets faster and faster. It lasts about 10 minutes in total, and they want you to, every 2 minutes, they check your heartbeat, check how you feel on it in terms of whether this is very light cardio, whether it's very heavy, whether it's too much, whether you need to stop, that type of thing. I managed to finish the whole 10 minutes, which was excellent, and my heartbeat didn't get above, they worked out, I think, 70% of my maximum was about 116, I think. I wish I'd written it down. But I think they said 116 beats per minute, and I never reached that, which was 70% of the maximum it could be. So I pretty much nailed it, although there is no pass or fail probably. But I did everything that was needed to be done. And I felt good about it. My wife felt good about it too. So that was really good. What else? So as you may know, I had a chest drain fitted on just under my arm because I had a collapsed lung, and that was probably more tender of an area than most of the other areas. So putting shirts on and off, excuse me, was a little bit painful, a little bit sore. But in the last week, I've managed to do that without any issue. Putting my shoes on and off now has not been an issue. So getting showered, getting dressed, everything seems to be okay. I'm leaving the dishwasher alone a little bit, although my wife has left to go on some appointment of hers, and I'm going to have to stack a couple of things in the dishwasher, bending down and just reaching outside of my zone, although I can do it, and I can do it slowly. So, I mean, it's going to be okay. In a few weeks' time, I have a cardio follow-up with a doctor, and I've got a list of questions that I've written for him. I did try some of the questions with the cardio nurse that I saw, but that was more about rehab this next one, I think, is going to be more about the health side of things. Okay, I think that's it for now. So thank you again for listening. I'm going to do a few more videos. I don't know how many more, but it's not going to go on forever. But just so you get notified of any future videos, subscribe, like, follow, share the videos, because the only reason I'm doing these videos is not because not because I want to do them, but because I found them really useful when I was penned in for the operation to see how people were recovering. And if you've got any questions, just drop them below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much.